Hello, how is everyone doing? And I hope you're all having a great day. The channel has been doing very well lately and we have gained lots of new subscribers, so I wanted to thank you all for the support, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so as I would really appreciate it. Now the topic of today's video, as you've probably seen, is why Assassin's Creed 3 is underrated. Now I know Assassin's Creed 3 is rarely, if not ever, in the discussion for best Assassin's Creed game, and I don't think it should be, but I think the game gets a bit more hate than it deserves. Let's start with the story. The story received a lot of hate from fans when the game was released, when really I think Assassin's Creed 3's story is fairly solid. Outside of the poor voice acting and the dragged on backstory, Assassin's Creed 3 has an interesting and captivating story. Connor, who is half Native American, half British, finds himself in the middle of the Revolutionary War. Yes, Connor's story does feature the extremely overdone revenge plot, but in AC3's defense, the whole revenge thing was not completely overdone. Yet. And I must say, out of all the revenge plots we have gotten from Assassin's Creed, this one to me definitely felt the best and the easiest to connect with. Charles Lee and his followers from the Templar Order burn down Connor's village, which kills his mother. Charles Lee is also the second in command to Haytham Kenway, who is the Grand Master of the Templar Order, and Connor's father, who practically abandoned Connor and his mother before Connor was even born. Connor, who is broken and seeking revenge for his mother and people, stumbles upon a man named Achilles, who is an old and crippled assassin, who agrees to mentor Connor and train him to be an assassin. The bond between Connor and Achilles is almost like father and son. They have many arguments, and Achilles is constantly worrying about Connor throughout the story. Once Connor becomes an assassin, he knows he must hunt down and kill all the Templars in America, this including his father. As Connor hunts down the Templars one by one, he actually ends up working with his father, which gives us an actual real perspective and insight into what the Templars actually believe in and what they do in order to achieve it, something we had never really seen before at this point in the series. In fact, there is one argument that Connor and Haytham get into that makes you almost want to side with the Templars over the Assassins.
More than the Redcoats or their idiot king. Oh, I expected naivete, but this... The Templars do not fight for the crown. We seek the same as you, boy. Freedom, justice, independence.
But...
But what?
Connor then himself debates with Achilles whether the Templars are truly evil, and Connor expresses that they could achieve so much if they allied themselves with the Templars. Achilles refuses to hear any of it and tells Connor to kill the Templars as his dying wish, which is where we really start to see a shift in Connor, from a naive and brash kid to a strong, intelligent, and loyal assassin. The ending of Assassin's Creed is where I believe the game truly shines and proves why it is worth defending. Connor, in hopes of avenging his mother, sieges a fortress where he believes Charles Lee is sleeping, and in the midst of the chaos gets into a fight and kills his own father.
Even when your kind appears to triumph, still we rise again. And do you know why? It's because the Order is born of a realization. We require no creed, no indoctrination by desperate old men. All we need is that the world be as it is. And this is why the Templars will never be destroyed.
Connor then hunts down Charles Lee, and I must say, it feels really satisfying as the player to see the villain, who had wronged Connor in so many different ways, actually fear Connor, which just shows that Connor had truly broken and struck fear into the Templars and Charles Lee single-handedly. Connor killing Charles Lee is one of the best moments in Assassin's Creed as a series, without a doubt. And it feels even more sweet because Connor, as a kid, promised Charles Lee he would find him.
Is your name?
Charles Lee. Why do you ask?
So I can find you.
You can really feel the journey Connor has gone through at this point, and after all the pain and suffering he went through, he finally gets his revenge. Even while Charles Lee was on the brink of death, Connor refused to show mercy and finished him off, which was a bit of a surprise as it is a very common thing in stories to have the main character spare the villain's life, like how Ezio spared Rodrigo Borgia. Now, this may be controversial, but personally, Connor is up there with my favorite assassins in Assassin's Creed. When the word assassin comes to mind, I think of Connor, and how he was so deadly and loyal to his creed and beliefs even when the world stood against him. Connor watched his mother burn to death, he left his village, had to bury a man who was like his father to him, he was abandoned and betrayed by his people, and was forced to kill his own father and best friend. Connor's story is filled with sadness and tragedy, which is why I get mad when I hear people say things like he was boring or didn't have any development. And now that we've gotten the story out of the way, I would like to talk about the gameplay very quickly. Stealth-wise, I believe Assassin's Creed 3 is pretty lacking. There are not many options you have with being creative in stealth, and the bow is absolutely awful. And this is about the only Assassin's Creed game where I much more enjoy being in combat than in stealth. To me, the combat in Assassin's Creed 3 is what I think combat should look like in the series. Simple, yet flashy and cool. Now obviously I'm not saying the combat is perfect, as it is extremely easy and doesn't make a whole lot of sense why everyone attacks you one by one. But the combat just looks so cool and really makes you feel like you are a skilled assassin and truly unstoppable. In terms of the map, I feel the atmosphere of revolutionary America was captured very well, but with that said, it is definitely towards the bottom when compared to other Assassin's Creed maps. I believe it's the only map where you are forced to fast travel, and there are lots of empty forests and fields that are supposed to be used for hunting, which also was not that great in the game. Overall though, I love Assassin's Creed 3, and playing the remastered version was really a blast for me, and I believe it doesn't deserve all the hate that the game has gotten. Sure, it's no Assassin's Creed 2, but it is still a very solid game and staple in the series, and it deserves a higher ranking than what I see in many ranking videos. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and please feel free to let me know whether you agree or not. But that will be it from me, and have a great day, Assassins.